finishing at the club, my boy was just talking to this girl, like, yo, we're, like asking her something, like, she's like, where are you from, whatever, and they're like, oh, we're from Mississauga, and I was like, oh, cool, we're from Brampton, and they're like, no, actually, we're from Brampton. I was like, yo, how you gonna lie about being from Brampton, and then you didn't even go all the way and say Toronto, you just said Mississauga.
Welcome to Wingin It, the show where we ask our guests questions while they find their flavors, fueled by Wings of Canada. I'm your host of The Saints, and guys, we have an amazing guest with us today. You know, he does rap and R&B, and he's from Brampton. You know, he said he was gonna quit his job about 6 months ago, and he's skyrocketing and doing amazing. Has a new single, Not For Me, that is doing so well on YouTube and Spotify right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Spitty.
Appreciate the intro. I appreciate the intro.
Thank you for coming, man. How you feeling right now?
Feeling great, bro. Feeling excited, you know, about to find my flavor, like you said, right?
Right?
Out here, yeah.
Yo, okay, before we start, so we have a game that we always play on the show.
Okay.
So it's called Find Your Flavor.
Yeah.
So we have 4 flavors in front of us, right?
I see
We
that.
don't know what it is, but you just gotta basically choose the numbers, we eat the wing, and you guess the kind of flavors.
Okay,
that we have.
okay.
All fueled by Wingstop, man.
All right.
You wanna get into it?
I'm ready, yeah.
Let's do it. Choose a number. Choose a number.
We gotta start with the number 1, yeah. Let's start with number 1, yeah.
Let's do it. Oh.
I like to keep it in order, you feel me? Yo, that looks intense right there. We getting in on it?
Yeah, go in.
Let's get one, yeah?
Let's get one. Eat with you.
All right, yeah?
Cheers.
Cheers that.
That's a nice little
spice there, yo.
Right?
I'm feeling that one.
So,
it's not too crazy though, yo.
No.
I'm a brown man, Indian man.
Kind of spice.
We handle this, you know?
Right? What kind of flavor do you think this is right now?
It's gotta be some sort of hot, you know? Might just be like the hot.
Right. No, for real.
Let's go.
Come on.
I'm 1 for 1.
Come on.
I'm liking it though.
We're 1 for 1 right now.
Okay.
No, so let's
go.
Let's get into it, man. Like, so, you know, he's obviously from Brampton, born and raised, 9 to 5. So, like, where did you get, like, your flow from?
You know, that came from like early on. I grew up in the 2000s in Brampton, like you said. I was actually born in Florida though. That's a little fun fact.
Are you
about
serious?
Me. Born in Jacksonville, Florida. Duval.
Duval.
Yeah. But I grew up in Brampton for sure. And like out there, you know, it's a lot of immigrants, a lot of Indian people for sure, but a lot of people from the Caribbean, from like Portugal and Guyana and everywhere, you know, mixed in together. So like hip hop was like that counterculture for us to all relate to, you know? If we didn't relate to like the mainstream back then, we related to hip hop, and I grew up on people like 50 Cent, Nas, Eminem, you know? So a lot of them for sure. Definitely a lot of my flows and stuff come from Eminem for sure. You know, he always was rapping fast and crazy back in the day.
Right.
So I was definitely inspired by a lot of that, just like finding those pockets and like saying things in clever ways, you know, not trying to always just say the same thing and be innovative with it, you know, actually stand for something when you like rap about something.
I love that you said that, because we are like, so we are entering like, you know, hip hop, the 50th year, you know, say the 50th birthday for hip hop and stuff like that. But like, so like, what's like your favorite era of like hip hop? And
My favorite era.
Does that like affect, you know, like your music at all?
That's a good one still. My favorite era. Definitely like that early era when I first got into music has that nostalgic factor of like the early 2000s, you know? All the artists like 50 Cent, Ludacris, Nelly, like DMX, Young Jeezy, man. There's so many Outkast and stuff. So like, cause that was like a big era, especially that's like when I started into music. But like when I really got into it myself was more like late 2000s, like early 2010s when like, it was kind of like the backpack era, you know? Amazing. There's a lot of artists like, that's when J. Cole blew up, Kendrick Lamar, Wale, B.O.B., Lupe Fiasco, all these guys, right? And for me, it was kind of like a renaissance of like, it was, if you know about hip hop, you know, it's kind of right after like the ringtone era when like all the artists were trying to make like one hits, and you had a lot of artists popping off, and then you never see them again. Yeah, Soulja Boy made it too, bro. He invented ringtones, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, but like that backpack era was like a lot more of like conscious rap was kind of back, you know, mixing it in like a popularized way, you know, like you listen to like something like Swimming Pools by Kendrick, and it's like hella deep song, but like you can also just listen to it and have fun. You don't even gotta like always take in the meaning. Like that's how clever it is, you know?
I still love that, man. Love that. Bro. All right, we have to choose another wing.
All right, we're gonna flip it.
So you're 1 for 1 right now, so you're on a roll.
All right, we're gonna flip it up.
We're gonna
go number 4.
Number 4, let's do it.
Take it to the top.
Woo!
Okay.
Come on.
I was already kind of giving this a little smell after when you open the box. It already kind of hit
there.
me a little whiff, yo.
It says the flavors.
Last time I went for the, what do you call that? A drum and a flat? This little flat right here?
Question, the fact that you're on that, what's your favorite? Like drums or flats?
Yo, I'm honestly usually more of a drum guy. I know a lot of people are like, yo, the flat puts more flavor in it, like packs it more in.
Yes.
But it's like a process to eat this, you know?
Yeah.
So for the first one, I went with the drum, but I'm gonna switch it up, you know? I'm gonna be fair to the body parts of the chicken. Respect the chicken, yo.
Absolutely, go in.
All
Oh, by the way, you only have 10 seconds to answer these questions. That's why.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you only have 10 seconds.
Okay, let's get it.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Do it.
I already know what this is.
What is it?
It's that lemon pepper.
Come on,
lemon pepper.
The famous lemon pepper, man. Yo, Rick Ross. Shout out to
Famous
Rick
lemon
Ross.
pepper.
Yep.
And like, you know, Rick Ross also. I watched Atlanta by Childish Gambino, the TV show.
Wow.
And they be talking about lemon pepper, how it's fire. They actually talk about lemon pepper wet versus lemon pepper dry. There's a whole different debate over there, yo, too. So
I didn't even know that.
I'm honored to finally try some lemon pepper, yo. I've been waiting on this one.
Time. Come
yo,
on.
the sourness in the wing, pretty fire.
Bro, so we were not like question like so define the art scene in Brampton. Like what are some challenges like the artists face in your opinion?
You know what's crazy is like when you look at Brampton or Toronto music on like a global scale, a lot of the big artists, they came from Brampton or have roots in Brampton, you know?
Tory Lanez, Roy Woods, Habaya Maya, Jesse Reyes,
even though Alessia Cara is from Brampton.
I claim Jesse is Gin and Finch. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, she probably claims it more too, but you know, we gotta claim her back, yo. Period. Hey, we're out here, yo.
Man, she just won the Junior Awards, man.
Hey,
shout out to Jesse Reyes.
Yeah, so like Jesse, Alessia Cara, a lot of people, and then even in other fields too. You know, we have people like Michael Cera and Russell Peters and like Boreal Entertainment and stuff. Like there's a lot of people doing big things creatively from Brampton, but the problem is like there's no hub, there's no concert venues, there's no infrastructure, there's no like local spots to go to.
So all you have is the Rose Theater.
Rose Theater, but that feels more like professional and like it's not the best place for like a sick show, you know, to get like standing room and stuff mosh out or whatever. So everyone comes to Toronto, you know, so all the talent's there, but the scene's not been there, and now we're trying to build that out. You know, actually, I became a Brampton Artist Ambassador. You mentioned Habaya Mighty, she's one too, Director X, Ruby Core, a lot of people. And so we have the opportunity to work with the city and like try to create some infrastructure, you know, for the people, you know, and also host some workshops that can like help people get into like the creative business side of it and all that too. So we're building it up, bro.
Right, it's definitely what like kind of Brampton needs, and and it's crazy because like Brampton is very like multicultural, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So like for Brampton being so multicultural, how does that impact your writing, your music?
Yeah, that's a good question, you know. One time I did a interview like a long time ago where someone was asking me like when I was starting like asking me like about like my heritage and how that incorporates into hip hop, because like normally like Indian people don't make rap and stuff. And for me, that was like almost like a foreign concept, because like growing up in Brampton, everybody was trying to rap. You know? Everyone in school was trying to be a rapper, a DJ, something, you know? So it's like, it was so normal for us to all just be mixed in, you know? And I think when you're mixed in like that, in like the right ways, you relate more on the culture, like the things you like the music you like the sports you like, whatever. So for us, that's what more drew me to it. And I always felt kind of comfortable in that world, you know? Like, and like the multiculturalism, like, the other thing is too, there's this aspect of like, rejecting like your old culture, you know? There's like this term like fobs, where you heard of that, like fresh off the boat. Yes. But it was crazy because a lot of Indian people who were born here or mostly grew up here would call that to like other Indian people who just came here later than them, you know?
Wow.
Because like they would like smell a different way or like have different foods and stuff or have an accent or whatever. Yes. And like in Brampton they even had like a worse term that was like ref, which is short for refugee, which is like a straight disrespectful concept, you know? Because they weren't even refugees, you know? They were just immigrants who just came here later than them. But that's like a mindset that's almost like forced on them by other people to like fit into the culture. Absolutely. But you know, now I think as people grow and mature, you learn like, nah, that's not like the right way, and it's better to like represent your heritage in that. So for me, growing up, we were all kind of just mixed in. I didn't really think about it too much, like we were different or whatever. Absolutely. It was just more about what you liked, I would say. So
right now you're 2 for 2. You're on a roll right now. You have 2 more to go.
The pressure's coming up.
No one right now has gone perfect. So it's like a perfect row. So it's like next one's 2 or 3.
We're going 2, bro. We're going back to 2.
Yeah. Okay.
We're switching it up.
Ooh. This looks juicy right now.
Okay. I'm going back to the drum, yo. The flat was
I'm
more tricky.
I'm going to wang. Is it ready?
Let's
try it.
Okay, this one's think pretty straightforward.
It's straightforward. What's your guess?
It's gotta be the barbecue.
Barbecue?
Smoky barbecue, yo.
It's a barbecue stuff.
It's barbecue?
Barbecue stuff.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm nervous for a second, yo.
It's straightforward.
I'm nervous for a second, yo. I was like, am I tripping?
No, yeah, it's straightforward. Obviously, like, in the city, like it's really hard for artists to like kind of like to break through, right?
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Like, a lot of people just don't know kind of knowledge on the business side and how they get their stuff out there. Talk to us about some of the like some of the highs and lows of being an artist from the city.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a lot harder for me when I was like not going out there and interacting with other artists and like supporting them. You know, one thing I learned is that if you put yourself out there and like go to these events, like people think like they should be performing, right? But like how many of those people have even gone to other local artist shows
and
supported them before they like get the show, you know? So I had to like kind of switch my mentality of just like wanting it all for me and being like what am I really trying to build here, you know? So I think that's kind of like the key point is like if you feel like you're low or whatever, it's like go out and actually like engage in the scene, and before you get your opportunities, like show love, show support, connect with people like genuinely, and then those opportunities will come because you'll actually be in the space and actually have those connections, you know? Absolutely. And like there's other things you can do too that are free, like open mics and stuff. I used to do like a lot of those like non-stop, you know, just to like get my name out there any way possible and help me build like a lot of connections that then lead to better shows, bigger shows and opportunities, you know?
I love that.
A lot of lows for sure, but like I've been making music since high school, you know, and like at certain points when like I wasn't in Toronto, I was in school, just like trying to do school and music and everything wasn't working, I felt like, yo, this is going nowhere, you know?
Absolutely.
But like over time, I just built it up and like had that motivation that like, if this is really my dream, I gotta go for it, you know?
I love that, man. And people don't understand, like this is what, like, even for myself, this is what kind of, as exactly what you said, what changed the difference of me being a photographer and everything. It's just that networking part, going out and support people, seeing your faces.
Yeah.
So I really love how you said that, man. It's a network, guys. Networking.
Networking super key, yo.
Absolutely. I'd love to talk back how you mentioned working with the Brampton like Arts Council and everything. So it's like, can you tell us about some of the work that you've done for them so far and everything?
Yeah, for sure. So like, I feel like they reached out to me because I've always just been supporting Brampton and like bigging them up and stuff. Actually, like when I started making music in like 2012, 2013, one of the first songs I made was like literally just called Brampton, bro. Wow. And I was just like bigging up. I was like, yo, look at all these people we got from Brampton and stuff. I was like shouting them out. I'm shooting videos at Ching Park and like in downtown at the Gage Park gazebo and stuff, yo.
It's crazy because the Brampton always had a stingy name to them, you know.
I know, you hear like, yo, bro. One time I was out in Toronto and like we were finishing up the club. My boy was just talking to this girl, like, yo, we're like asking her stuff, and like she's like, where are you from, whatever? And they're like, oh, we're from Mississauga. And I was like, oh, cool, we're from Brampton. And they're like, no, actually, we're from Brampton. I was like, yo, how you gonna lie about being from Brampton? And then you didn't even go all the way and say Toronto. You just said Mississauga, yo. Like, that's how bad we are. I was like, yo, disrespect, you know?
No, but you're changing the game, bro.
I'm changing the game, you know? So with that, you know, the first thing I did, this just started like this year, basically, the ambassador program. But the first thing I did is I started a free open mic for the city. So it's like free to perform, free to come like watch and show love. Wow. And like it's budgeted through Brampton hooked me up with the Brampton Library because they kind of control the rec centers and like those types of buildings. Yes. So they had a programming room that's like attached to the library actually. So we packed it out like 60 people and it was free. Like a bunch of artists pulled up. Some of them were like, yo, it's my first performance ever. And so that felt good because like that was like the main incentive was like a lot of people don't have the resources to go to Toronto to perform, you know? Yes. Especially if you're young and stuff, you might not have like the way to get down there. Yeah. And so if we could bring it back home, then it's like it's easy to get that experience and actually perform and learn and network like we were talking about.
Absolutely. If y'all don't know, the transit from Brampton to Toronto is kind of deep.
It's crazy. You gotta like be switching things. You gotta take a go and then something or like a bus and then some other bus.
And it's expensive.
Yeah, it gets crazy. Then if you Uber, it's like, oh baby.
Absolutely. So what does that like you gain that position, right? What does that position mean to you?
Yo, it means everything, bro. It means like, you know, it just feels like the things that you've been putting in work towards are like being like recognized and validated, and like that people who actually have some power are like trying to use it for good, you know, and they actually like care. Like that's the cool thing is like, you know, I've been making music for a long time. Yes. And obviously I wasn't as big as I am now, but they never had this program for any other people or creatives before, right? So it's like it's really a different scene now in Brampton, and I'm proud that they're doing it. So like, I love that. I'm just hyped for the city, and like for myself, it was just like, nah, it's a crazy moment, and like just the first of many, hopefully big things coming, you know?
Absolutely, I'm super proud of you, man. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have you're right now you're three for three. Come on. We have one more left. Come on, let's try it.
Number 3, yo. 3 for 3, and we're going. Okay, here we get it.
3 for 3.
All right, yo.
Go ahead.
Let's get this right here.
Come on.
All right, yo, last one. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, man. This right here was nice. Every time, I keep forgetting to dip in the ranch.
It's nice. Yeah. For real, I didn't even touch the ranch. I was just focused on the wings.
Right.
Because the thing is I'm trying to find my flavor, you know.
Period.
So it's like you're trying to mess with my brain right now, get the ranch flavor in there, but.
Then,
I think I know this one too. Still, I think I'm going 4 for 4, yo.
do it. Let's see. Hold on.
It's that garlic one, that garlic parmesan.
Wow, this guy
Come on.
That's crazy, yo.
Let's go.
4 for 4.
1, 2, 3, yo. Wingstop, we out here.
Wingstop, we can officially say you're the first person who got 4 for 4, man.
Let's go. All in.
Mom, but
all 4 were hitting too.
All
Yo. Shout out
4.
Wingstop.
So tell us, because you made a huge announcement that you're quitting your job 6 months ago, and you're gonna go all full throttle. You're gonna give yourself 6 months, right? And like, you know, if you don't make it, cool. But like, so how's that process been like so far? Are we past that? Are we past the 6 months, joint? Or you know, like how's the process like?
So I quit and I gave myself a year. That's what it was.
A year, okay.
So right now we're past the 6 months. We're getting close to that year mark though.
Period.
But the thing for me was like, I realized like the amount you believe in yourself is like how much people are gonna believe in you too, watching you,
Absolutely.
you know? And so like when I was like, yo, I'm quitting my job and I was going on tour and we were just like going for it all, like nonstop. Like that last tour I did before I quit, it was like 2 weeks long and I used my vacation days to go for it because I knew I was gonna quit, you know?
Wow.
And I didn't even tell my job that I was gonna quit. And they found out through like TikTok videos I was making about the tour because they started going viral a little bit, you know?
Wow.
And so it's like, I knew what I had to do and people saw that and they believed in it. And from there, a lot more opportunities came because they're like, yo, this guy's really like going for it all, you know?
Absolutely.
So I had some of my biggest shows last summer. I opened for Cardinal Official for Brampton, Canada Day.
Come on,
that was legendary. Yeah, the Canadian Music Week. We did North by Northeast, you know, a bunch of things. Performed with Fame Holiday and Ram Riddles at BVX, like a lot of different things, you know? And now I'm just trying to carry that momentum right now. There's definitely a lot of things that I see already lined up for this summer that are happening, but I just really need to make it like really happen because like I said, I quit my job, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm living on the money I'm making from music and stuff, but if you're like an artist, you would know it's not that much when you're just starting out, so you have to have other side hustles and stuff. So I try to play it smart, use my tech degree to get a job and save up. So I saved up all those years I was working, so it's like, you can't just do this. Like some people look at me like, yo, maybe I should quit too. And I'm like, yo, you gotta have a plan, you know? Like I planned this for years to like know that if I didn't just go viral at any point, that I would be able to quit and then just go all in on the music, you know? So here we are right now.
I love that, man. So I love how you did that. Like you really had a plan.
Yeah.
You didn't go like you kind of quit your job and just do. Cause a lot of people think, okay, I'm gonna quit my job and try it, but then you do need some funds.
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta survive,
around,
right?
You have to survive,
There's bills and there's rent. You gotta get yourself around. Exactly.
Absolutely. So did you make that announcement mostly for yourself, kind of hold yourself accountable in a sense, like the whole announcement, I'm gonna quit my job and like
Yeah, for sure. That's a big part of it is holding myself accountable. And you know, a lot of different people talk about things like manifestation, auto-suggestion and stuff. But I think putting a goal out there and like setting it with intention is gonna help you like really follow through with it and like action upon it. And like, yeah, by putting it out there fully publicly is like, I knew that I had to hold myself accountable because now there's like thousands of people who know about this, you know? And they're all gonna be like, yo, what happened? Like, what are you doing next and stuff, you know? And for me also, it's always been a big part of my brand to be like transparent with my audience. You know, I'm not like the type of artist that's like faking all these things and rocking all this crazy stuff that's not like real to me, you know? Or that's just like someone else's stuff. So it's like for me, it's like I gotta be genuine and like that's how like my supporters and audience like love me for, and that's what I'm trying to keep doing, you know?
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. So you have a song called Flight YYZ.
I have a Flight YYZ is like my first album actually, like mixtape.
Mixtape.
Yeah.
So how's the process of creating that mixtape? You know, did you learn anything from it or?
Yeah, that was like right around when Spotify was like getting big, you know, like 2015, 2016.
Good.
And so like it was like the transition period because I was making music from before that. So like there was a big like YouTube game and SoundCloud game, and then everything switched to streaming, you know. So that was definitely a learning process because, you know, like I said the word mixtape, but like no one really makes mixtapes no more. So that was like the end of that era, just then. So it was definitely a learning process about like, yo, what kind of music am I making? Like going about like samples and stuff. It's like it's a lot of learning process, and like I'm glad I did though, because when you make a full body of work, you really gotta like think about it. Some people just put songs together, but for me, it's like there's gotta be a theme and there's gotta be like a purpose. So like Flight YYZ was kind of like, the whole theme was like about taking flight, you know, like the start of the journey.
Absolutely.
And now we've been in the air ever since, you know? So that was a long time ago, but after that I put out like my actual proper debut album, Full Circle too, which did really well back in 2021, and now we're just doing singles, you know, keeping it pushing.
Pure, man. Talking about themes, your recent single, Not For Me.
Yeah,
Let's talk about it, man.
Yeah,
like the music video is hard.
That's a banger.
No, so you had Super Mario in the music video, right?
Yeah.
Like
I was Mario, yeah.
You're Mario.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how was
Mario.
like what was like your inspiration to like put that together, having your music video, but like that Super Mario thing?
Yeah, you know, so the crazy thing is I've been working on that song for a long time because the whole theme of the song is about me quitting my job and going for it all and stuff, right? So I've been planning this song for like almost a year since I was like planning about quitting.
Wow.
And the beat I got from the Premise, the producer, he actually had that intro sample of like the Mario, and I was like, oh, this is fire. So like, my understanding of it is like, yo, I interpret it like he put that, you know, that's like the sound that when Mario beats a level in the OG game.
Yeah, the very end.
To put it at the start is like, yo, we're beating the level. This is like, we just beat the level and the song's starting, you know?
Yep.
It's like the victory. So like, that's like how I took it and mixed it into the song. And then me and my engineer, Nick, we put a lot of like Mario sound effects and stuff.
I love that.
And then like, I already had this idea to do a video that was like me, it was more literal. It was gonna be like me like quitting my job in the office and like letting go of like the dress shirt and tie and stuff. But then like, I realized like, yo, the Mario theme, Mario had a job too, you know, he was a plumber. So we could incorporate the plumbing, be like, yo, he's quitting his job to go on the adventure to like the get Peach and all that. So we mixed it in, and like perfect timing too, cause like the movie is out now.
It's coming out.
Yeah. So the movie is like, so it's like, yo, I started tapping into that, using the movie to help promote the song, and it's just like little marketing tactics, you know. I've just been in the game for a while, trying to learn different things, you know.
It's marketing, man.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
And everyone loves Mario. Everyone knows Mario. Everyone loves Mario. Mario has somehow been unproblematic for decades now. That's the guy. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. No, I was watching the music video, like yo, the VFX on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the like, VFX, the mushrooms flying around in the
mushroom flying part,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the nostalgia was there.
Absolutely. Yo, Spitty, I just gotta say, man, like, no, like just hearing more about you, man, like, yo, like, you're definitely, yo, just you're being your true self, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you're an example, bro. You're an example of like, you're like that, like artists out here can really do stuff, you know. Especially from Brampton, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta go for it, yeah.
You gotta go for it, man. But yo, question. So we're about to kind of end the show, but before we leave, I have to ask you. Did you find your flavor today?
Did I find my flavor? Yeah. Yo, I found a few flavors. I'm not gonna lie. I found a few flavors.
4 for 4, hot wings, barbecue, garlic parmesan, lemon pepper, bro.
We came in clutch. We came in clutch.
Well, what was your favorite out of all of them?
You know what I'm gonna go with is the one that was unique for me is the lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper, yeah. Lemon pepper. I'm gonna take another one if you don't mind. I'm gonna take another one. Take it with me. Let's get it. Cheers. Let's go.
Cheers, man. Whoa. No, yo, Spitty, I
appreciate you, bro.
Man. Appreciate you.
Mad love.
Want to just shout your socials real quick?
For sure. My name's Spitty, yo, straight out of Brampton, like you said, rapper, lyricist. Find me on everything, Spitty95, SPI, TY95. We out here.
Come on. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first.
Winging it.
Wing it. Thank you, guys. I'm your host of The Saints. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow us on all social platforms. Everything will be in the description below. But Spitty, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you,
Mad
man.
love, bro. Mad
Absolutely.
love. We out here.
We out here.
Let's go.
Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.
Yo, what's up? It's Spitty, and I just found my flavor on Wingin It. Let's go. It's your boy Spitty, straight out of Brampton, you know what's going down, and I'm on the Moment Network. Let's go.